Hey guys, good morning from beautiful sunny Mazatlan. I'm here with my friend Jim, who's down from Golden, Colorado, and here for a visit. Him and his wife Suzanne, they're friends. They met John and I a couple years ago when they were down here on holidays, and he's come back and he wanted to come to the world headquarters this morning. It's only about 6:45 on, what day is today? Thursday morning, and it's probably 19 degrees out. Kind of chilly for us Mazatlecos, but Jim and I are going for a walk, and we're going to take you with us. Got to lock up the world headquarters here, and I'll leave the cats inside because they're going to sleep. I kicked them out all night. They've been catching mice, like mice are in season this week. God.
Here's some.
They always want to bring them home and show you. Oh, there's Pants. Pantalones. Hey, Pants. And you know what they do? They get on that pile of rock that my neighbor has there and lay in that long grass. That's how they stay warm if they get locked out of the house. So they're locked out. One's locked in, two are locked out. I figured, I don't know, where we're going. Jim, go down Centro and get a cup of coffee somewhere, or?
I'm just along for the walk, dude.
Okay.
Wherever you want to go, I'm gonna go with you.
I really don't plan ahead much. Oh, we had fun last night. Jim and Suzanne and John and I all went to the La Siesta Hotel. Had a scattered beer. My little Volkswagen, who I wish, belongs to my neighbor Omar, who's a very nice man. He's the guy that rescued me the day I did the face plant off the concrete wall down here.
Glad you're okay from that. I enjoyed the celebration there a few weeks ago down here.
Oh, for the Virgin de Guadalupe, yeah.
That was a great video you did.
These banners, they stay up until Copel's big truck comes up here, or the Coke truck comes up here, and that's usually how they come down.
How they come down.
Yeah.
Boy, they'd be kind of hard to put up.
Takes the guys better part of a day to put them all up. And then shortly after they put them all up, some little girl down here has a birthday, and they close the whole street off and put up a big piñata for her, and all the kids get to play. Here's one of my neighbors coming. Buenos dias, amigo.
Buenos dias. A couple years ago, you were talking to a gentleman that had moved into one of these places.
Eli, he's a buddy of mine. He lives in this beige-colored one.
Okay, he still lives there?
Yep.
Okay.
He's from I can't remember the name of the town, but Saskatchewan somewhere, out on the prairies. Had a farm out there, sold the farm, and moved down here. And like me, he's been down here for a number of years, and has no desire to go back to Canada. And I'm the same way. I moved just about the time Justin Trudeau got elected. Not saying that's why I moved, just saying that's when I moved, and it was good timing.
So this is Apparatus Yolanda.
Yolanda.
It's also,
I go around the corner to Abarrotes Lorena. Yeah.
But this is a Tiende.
Yeah, it's just a little corner store. But you know, he doesn't, I smoke and I want cigarettes. He doesn't have them half the time. He's not particularly friendly. He's not nasty, but he's just not, I don't know, fun. And when you get down to Lorena, she's just a wonderful person. And it's so much fun to talk to her. And when I go in there, there's usually 2 or 3 ladies from the neighborhood in there talking to her.
Right.
And I come in, and I speak Spanish, and these ladies are looking at me like, and Lorena says, "Hey, Dewey's very good in Spanish." I said, "Poco." But I always have fun when I go in there. It's just a nice little store.
Well, you were in there a couple weeks ago. Maybe last week I saw your video, and that was nice.
Look at this little place is empty. Wouldn't it be great if you could pick that up for, say, $10,000, put a new roof on it, make it tile like what's on it, pour a brand new concrete slab in there, have a plumber come do your plumbing and an electrician do your electricity. You could make that into a fantastic little house.
Absolutely, and we could be neighbors.
Yeah. And there's probably 10 like that just around the neighborhood here, within 5 minutes of my house walking. It's a sin. Look, the sun's not even up. Jim and I are up. Jim was saying he's so excited to be down here for a visit out of Colorado, out of the cold. I said, man, I remember when I used to live in New Brunswick and I'd go down to Florida. I couldn't wait to get out of bed. The light's so much brighter. It's nice. It's warm outside.
This is my kind of winter.
Yeah. I got my winter clothes on. Socks and shoes. And a big heavy sweatshirt on.
I'm just wearing a t-shirt.
Oh my. I have become accustomed to the heat. There's no doubt about it.
It seemed like you had a pretty hot summer from your videos.
It wasn't a break at all. It's just brutal every day. For about 100 days, it was over 100 degrees. Oh. Not looking forward to that again, but that's what happens when you live in Mazatlan. I like this with the Santa Claus in the window and a few little lights over the door, but it's so festive. We go up through the hood here and down by the chapel and
Wonderful. What street are we on here, dude?
this is Penuela. And the street up there, one street above us, Segundo Penuela.
Okay.
I guess they're running out of names. I'm not sure. I got a friend that lives down here. She has a house she bought 20 odd years ago. And, it's a great street to live on. It's quiet.
Oh, yeah.
Buenos días. Chau. Hola, amigo. He delivers tortillas all over town on that motorcycle.
Oh, nice.
He wears out a bike about every 2 years. Here you go. This is for sale. I don't know what they want for it. I think I did look it up. It was $120 maybe, US. It's got a second floor with a balcony. Jim's in real estate in Colorado, so you got to check it out.
I'll see if I can find it.
And my friend's car, and that one's her house, 2111.
Very nice.
These people work hard making these tortillas. That machine's going all the time.
Get up early for that.
Yes, sir. Buenos días.
Buenos días.
Buenos días.
Why is he coming off the conveyor belt there?
Yeah. It's quite a process. Lupita has a cousin in Rosario, which is about 40 minutes south of here. They have a tortilleria.
Buenos días.
Buenos dias.
Buenos días.
Maybe we can get a look, Jim. Oh, yeah. Oh, they smell good. Give heads to Makina. See them coming off the conveyor belt there? Every few seconds. Excellent. Gracias. Oy, oy, oy. Not awake yet.
Oh, that's cool.
That is kind of cool.
Yeah.
And look, they give some of the dough to the birds here.
Oh, nice.
I believe I read or heard somewhere, it's one of the few things in Mexico that's price controlled. You're only allowed to charge so much for your tortillas.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Because it's a staple.
Right. Well, that's good, actually, because everyone needs to eat.
Well, exactly. And it's so funny. After Lupita and I separated and she moved out and she was back at the house one day for lunch, she opens my fridge and she says, "You don't have any tortillas?" I said, "No." They look for it at every meal. And what we were eating was Kentucky Fried Chicken. But she was going to pick chicken off with a fork and put it in the
Make a
tortilla.
taco. Right.
Yeah. Wait.
Oh, there's water.
That's a big, elegant home up there. My God. It must be just massive. You know, in my little house, when you go by, it doesn't look like anything. But when you go inside, it's quite roomy.
Big.
Yeah. And
It's big.
these ones that look big, they must be huge. You up for a walk, Jim? We'll walk down by the cathedral and
That's,
through the park and...
that's perfect.
Okay.
A nice walk. There's nothing better, Dewey, than taking a walk with you in person. I'm serious. This is great.
No extra charge. People have suggested you should charge for going for a walk. Tell people what you know about Mazatlan. Maybe I should.
Be a tour guide.
Yeah. This big place is for rent. This beautiful mauve colored or whatever you want to call that color. I'm colorblind. I don't know. God, that's a nice
That's
house.
the one you had in your video the other day.
Yeah, I walked by here, about a week ago, I guess. Look, the sun's just coming up on this little chapel.
Wow.
And on Icebox Hill.
It sure is beautiful this morning, Dewey.
Oh, gosh, nice. I really do thank my lucky stars I live in Mazatlan.
Well, walking over to your house along the Malecon there at Olas Altas was beautiful this morning. The moon was out over the ocean
Oh, yeah.
and the waves coming in. It was very
Awesome.
peaceful.
Awesome. Another big monster home here. Look at the size of this
Wow.
place. God, that's got to be 4,000 or 5,000 square feet.
Yeah. Some of these places have little courtyards in them, don't they?
Yeah, you go in, you'd think you were walking into the house, but when you go in the front door, I've seen them with swimming pools, everything in front of the house.
Oh, wow.
And then you go to the house. There's one on my street. It's probably only got about 15, 16 feet of street frontage. But when I've seen guys in there, like the pool man or a carpenter or whatever, and the front door's been open and I've been able to look in, a beautiful swimming pool and all these palm trees growing and everything.
Wow.
You never know it to look at it from the street. It's like, geez, that's a nice house.
What's this white building on the left?
I don't know, and I don't know.
It almost looks like a hotel or something.
Yeah, it looks like it's historic, and they've got statues up there on the corner of the roof, but I don't know what the significance of this building is. I've never heard of anybody talk about it even. Right here, this corner.
Watch out, Duey. There's coming. Maybe it's just a house.
See what it says there? Sitio de Bombardeo Aéreo. 6th of May, 1914. That's the site of the world's first aerial bombardment. It's hard.
Air.
Yeah. A little cloth fabric biplane, and they were just dropping bombs by hand out of the aircraft. Hit this house, killed 3 people on the ground, and somebody was on top of El Faro and took a picture of it, and I have a copy of the photograph.
Wow.
Not of the explosion, but of the aircraft.
Wow. That's pretty amazing. And it happened right here.
Right here.
Wow.
It's just hard to even believe. See, there's a place empty. God.
A fixer-upper.
A fixer-upper, yeah. A Chevy Astrovan. I have an affinity for these. I bought one brand new in 2002. Best car I ever owned.
I had a job in about the summer of 1985, and they had just came out with the Chevy Astrovan, and it was a guy named Brian Stanley was my boss, and he had a big water tank and a hot seat pressure washer in the back.
Oh, yeah?
We would go around and wash rich people's cars at their homes.
Cool.
And so I rode around that whole summer in the Chevy Astrovan.
We took
And it was a neat little van. It's more maneuverable than a big van.
They certainly are, yeah. They're designed to be able to turn around like a delivery van, so you can get in tight corners and back down alleyways. But we took ours with a little fiberglass travel trailer behind us and drove all the way around the outside of the U.S. from Vancouver all the way down to California, all the way across to Florida, and then up to Maine.
Oh, wow.
That was great. It was a wonderful trip.
You have done a lot of traveling with your motorcycle
Yeah, I get
as well.
thousands of miles on motorcycles. Every once in a while I get the itch for them. Seems to hit in the spring. That must be a Canadian thing. Pásale, amigo. Gracias.
I always wondered about doing a long motorcycle ride. Do you ever get sleepy
Yep,
while you're driving?
it can happen. I was in Albany, New York on my way back to New Brunswick from Mazatlan. Like day 8 and 3 o'clock in the afternoon and warm. It's about 70 degrees. And I started getting really tired. And I pulled off at an exit ramp. And they had a lawn there. And I laid down on the lawn and had a nap. But before I could get on the lawn, a lady stops and she looks at me. And I'd taken my helmet off. She says, "Are you okay, sir?" I said, "Yeah, I'm fine." She says, "Oh, okay. Are you sure?" I said, "Yeah, I'm fine." And I must have looked really bad. And then she goes, and 2 minutes later, a state trooper pulls in. "Hey, man, you okay?" I said, "Yeah, I'm fine." I said, "I was nodding off a little out there, and I thought I'd come in here and lay on the grass for 20 minutes and have a little rest." And he said, "Man, you must be tired. You're falling asleep on a motorcycle." I said, "Yeah, I didn't say, well, 7 days ago I was in Mexico." But I just, no, I'm good. I just want to lay down for a minute." And he says, "Okay." Kind of nice to know people are thinking about you.
Well, yeah, that is nice, actually. There are some nice people in the world, that's for sure.
There's a few.
I saw your video last week when you were down here walking around. They had it all decorated real nice
Yeah.
for the holidays.
I haven't come down at night and filmed it, but it is really nice at night. I have in years past. I do have on my playlist the Christmas lights in Mazatlan.
At night, right.
Yeah.
So remind me again, what square is this here?
This is Plazuela de Revolution Square Plaza. And that's the city hall. And they've got it decorated up for Christmas. And over here, this is interesting, Jim. There's this statue to some of the revolutionaries here.
Okay.
And Generalissimo Guillermo Nelson, the second guy from the left.
Right.
There's no known photograph that exists of him, which is insane because he was leading the revolution. There were cameras. Why are there no pictures of him? And all these other guys there's photos of.
Right.
So that the historians across Mexico have said, look in your attic, look in your basement, look in your grandmother's trunk, and see if you can find a picture of Guillermo Nelson.
Wow, so it's like a treasure hunt almost.
They should have like a $500,000 reward or something for a picture, I bet you one would turn up.
Yeah, and that would have been in 1910.
Yeah. And so strange, Pancho Villa, he was around then. There's all kinds of photos of him.
Right.
Why no Guillermo Nelson? Or Willie Nelson, as I call him. Buenos dias.
Buenos dias. Boy,
Let's go over the
big difference
Machado.
Here and where I live in Colorado. I would say 9 out of 10 people here say buenos dias and greet you when you're walking, make eye contact. In Denver,
Nobody even looks at you.
they don't look at you, let alone greet you.
No. When I lived in Vancouver, it was the same way. Nobody talks to you. Toronto's the same way. They don't care.
It's just so much more civilized, in my opinion.
Yeah. I remember when I was working in Vancouver, I worked for a big trucking company, Emerald Transport. And one of my drivers, I promised him a load out of Vancouver on a Friday night to get him back to his home in North Bay, Ontario. And the load never materialized. They never made the product. So he had to wait till Monday. I said, oh, that sucks. I said, tell you what, rather than you just sleep in your truck, I got a spare bed. I'll come get you and we'll hang around together for the weekend. So I went and got him, a guy named Martin Sales, really nice guy. And Martin and I went and walked around Vancouver, and like he's from North Bay. It's not a very big city. I don't know how many people are in North Bay, but I'm going to guess 100,000, 150,000, who knows. And everywhere we went, Martin was saying, hello, hello, hello. And people look at you like you got two heads, you know? And I said, you don't need to do that here, Martin.
Why is that guy talking to me?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And I used to say when I lived in Vancouver, you know, you go in a bar in Vancouver as opposed to a bar in New Brunswick. In New Brunswick, if you went in and sat down at the bar and didn't talk to the guy beside you, they think there was something wrong with you.
Right.
But in Vancouver, you're in a bar and you spoke to the guy beside you, they say, what the fuck are you talking to me for?
Right.
It's like just totally different mindset.
Well, down here, that's one of the big draws for Suzanne and I is just how friendly people are
Yeah,
and courteous.
I love it, yeah. I go around, I don't know, talk to all kinds of people, and I've never had an issue with a Mexican down here, ever. It's just... Yeah, let's get down here.
What's the significance of this carriage here?
That's just some of the earliest buggies that used to roam around Mazatlan.
Gorgeous.
Yeah, it's beautiful. Wooden wheels with a rubber tread. Gee, you wouldn't think that would last very long, would you? Of course, there's no torque on it. They're just rolling, but...
Right. It's got springs on it.
Yeah, big leaf springs. Probably got a real nice ride, long wheelbase. All these classic old buildings, like... And they were all from the gold rush and the silver rush. Millions of dollars came into Mazatlan from the mine down in Rosario. And people came from around the world. That's why there were so many Germans living here, so many French living here, so many everything. Chinese, Italians. And that's why, to this day, some of the girls here are just exotically beautiful, just stunning. And it's just a mix of, you know, they'll have classic Latina brown skin, but really quite Asian eyes.
Right.
Or green eyes, or like
Very
just,
international.
Yeah, yeah. They're spraying with that water machine. Let's go one more block over.
I like the flowers on these balconies here.
Yeah, you know that's a parking garage?
Really?
It looks like a fancy apartment building.
Wow.
It's a parking garage. It's gotta be the nicest parking garage in North America.
I would say so. Well, it's a real pleasure to be with you today, Dewey, walking around with
Well,
you.
I'm glad you're with me. You're like, so it's kind of hard to get motivated to go out early by yourself and go for an hour-long walk or something, you know. But yeah, I thought it was great when you got in touch with me this morning. Let's go.
Fantastic.
I'm looking forward to a good cup of coffee, and we can sit and chat and look at the water.
Absolutely. Yeah, we travel around. There's some different places in Mexico, and by no means all of them, but this is such unique architecture here, and the pride that they have of having their homes and buildings look so nice. And
This is Mexico's largest colonial city, that's on the water. And that's really quite a thing when you think of it. But at least it tells me. Camera timed out 29 minutes and 59 seconds. Yeah, it's Mexico's largest colonial city on the water. But this was a very important port. 100 and some odd years ago. And it is again now. Now they're expanding the port massively. It's going to go from the ability to handle 1 million containers a year to the ability to handle 7 million containers a year.
Wow.
And you see, I saw yesterday that big automobile carrier ship was in here. I don't know how many cars fit on that thing. An awful whack of them. Filled like 3 Walmart parking lots. And they're all Korean cars. For the most part.
Those when we went
I just want to take all of this.
Down there at Playa Sur, there was just, I don't know how many hundreds of cars there were.
Yeah. Yeah, you go down to the end of Carnival down here. Just hundreds and hundreds and hundreds. And they come in with the car haulers and truck them all away somewhere. And it's just, when you see that, it really gives you a look into the scale of things, you know? It's like, how can they sell that many new cars, you know? It's like,
Right.
Machado Plaza, it is lit up. That's really nice.
How long did they leave the Christmas decorations up?
At least until after the old Christmas Day, the Orthodox Christmas Day. What's that, 6th or the 7th?
Right.
And beyond, but
Decorated real nice.
Buenos días.
Buenos dias. Those lights that look like they're dripping snow or whatever, they're pretty cool.
Icicles.
Yeah.
What days do they close the streets off here, and at what time? In the evenings? Is it every day or just on
No,
weekends?
this never closes, this street.
Okay.
But if there's a celebration, they'll close the downtown. Like, they close it for Independence Day, stuff like that.
Okay.
This little guy, he lives here in the park. Somebody feeds him. There's bowls of food underneath the deck there for him. Gee, it must have been cold last night. Look at this, frost. Yeah. Oh, look at, you can see the full moon just over the building there.
Right, there it is.
Yeah, let's see if I can zoom in and show the viewers. Yeah, look at that. Cool. Ready for coffee, Jim?
I am.
Let's go. Rico's has really good coffee. Let's avoid the music they're playing in that restaurant. We go up this way. I still think that's a funny law that you have the right, in the United States, you have the right to film anything in public, right? First Amendment right. But music, they'll ding you on.
Right.
Even though it's being played in public, and then you get a hit against your channel, and then if you launch a rebuttal to the complaint, because the complaints are usually picked up by robot listeners, it takes them about 2 weeks to look at your rebuttal, and then they'll you know, I'll say it was fair use. It was something playing in the store on a radio. It's nothing I put in the video.
Right.
And they say, oh yeah, you were right. But in the meantime, all your revenue from that video is held in escrow or whatever you want to call it. And by the time they make it right again, the video's had its shelf life diminished. You know, it's over.
Right.
So.
Yeah, and you're kind of powerless when it comes to trying to correct it. You're kind of at their mercy.
One of the best videos I ever had, I did on Bike Week down here, and they demonetized it because even though it was a live band I was filming, what I didn't realize was that their rhythm track that they were playing was pre-recorded and was copyrighted.
So the bots could pick up that
rhythm.
Gotcha.
And had 22,000 views and got no money for it. And we're not talking a lot of money, maybe 20, 30 bucks, but still.
Right.
$20 or $30 will buy a lot of Pacificos.
No, that's interesting.
Yeah, look at that.
The tree growing out of the building.
That's been there a while. Wouldn't it be great if they'd restore all these old places?
Well, it's probably coming, Dewey. It just will take time.
I hope so. I was here in 2001 the first time, and this part of town was truly decrepit. And now it's been gentrified significantly. And I'm sure in 20 more years it'll be a whole lot better.
There's pluses and minuses to that, though.
That's right. You see the costs begin to soar, and traspasa, that means in transfer, basically. There's a deal in the works.
People hanging their laundry out to dry.
Yeah.
In the window, that's cool.
Those apartments would be nice, but when there was a bar here, you wouldn't want one.
A little loud.
All kinds of people, lots of music, yeah. And the bar was a victim of the virus.
Well, your street is nice and quiet, Dewey.
It really is.
You've got a really charming home and location.
Well, thank you. It's you know, my little house is simple, but what do I need? You know, you spend most of your life outdoors when you live in Mazatlan. There's 3 dogs that live in there. I had one of them chase me one day. I don't know why, but for the most part, they're pretty good. Fella's a mechanic. This is a neat bike. This is made by Italica. It's only like a 200cc motorcycle, but it looks like a big bike.
It does. With
The bags on it and everything.
Right.
And I had I think it was a fridge repairman come to my house one day, and he had one. And I was quite impressed. Like, these bags, they look like cheap little toolboxes, but they're not. They're really tough.
nice hard case.
Yeah. You can go around the world on that thing.
Yeah, nice looking bike.
80,000 pesos new. So, $4,000. Pretty amazing to think you could buy a world killer for $4,000.
Right. New.
Yeah.
Buenos dias.
Buenos dias. Man, I already had breakfast and 2.5 cups of coffee. Another cup of coffee. My Spanish would be a whole lot better. That's a really fancy restaurant there. Casa Mayora. And it's relatively new. I'm gonna get off the street here.
So this big building is all government stuff?
It's all Department of Justice. I don't know exactly what's going on there, but like judges' offices and stuff like that. Very secure parking. And it was built around the year 2000, 2002, something like that. Just before they passed a law that said you're not allowed to build high-rises and stuff in Centro.
In Centro.
Yeah,
right.
So they got a prime piece of land.
This is prime real estate right here.
Absolutely. There go the marinas. Where are we going? Oh yeah, it's this way. Speaking of world killers, man, you could go around the world in that thing.
Big fan.
Oh, I love bands. Rico's must be open because they got the tables out. Let's go sit down at the other end, and then it's easy for me to get up and go have a smoke.
Okay.
Buenos dias. How's this?
Perfect.
So, Jim and I are going to have a cup of coffee and just enjoy this beautiful view. I wish you were here. Talk to you again soon from
Thanks for
Mazatlan.
having me, Dewey.
Hey, anytime, Jim.
Really appreciate
Thanks for
it.
coming with me. Cool.
Thank you.
Bye for now, guys.